You know, last year cherry blossoms brought 3.73 million tourists to Japan. You know, Washington gets 1.5 million cherry blossom visitors yearly. But you know, one of the world's top 3 cherry blossom spots is right here beneath my feet.
Look, cherry clouds white as snow.
Listen, bridge tower silent and still.
Petals falling like gentle rain.
Beautiful Jiangnan like a painting.
Why go to Japan for cherry blossoms? The Jiangsu's Liangxi is better.
Liangxi is the old name for Wuxi. Traveling by Liangxi River, Grand Canal, and Taihu Lake, local Wuxi boatmen created a dish served at state banquets, Liangxi crispy eel. I carefully select eels raised in Taihu's clear waters. Only thumb thick fresh yellow eels. Then use bamboo strips or special knives to split the scalded eel in one cut, separating bone from flesh. This cuts out the complete scallop meat. They say a century ago, boatmen, to extend the scallop's shelf life, tossed them in boiling oil, but accidentally created this amazing dish. What I didn't expect though, making this accidental delicacy myself would lead to more surprises. Like oil splattering everywhere, or scallop meat clumping together. Crispy scallops must be super crunchy and perfectly separated. The oil temp and heat control requires extreme precision. High heat makes scallops dehydrate and harden, forming that crispy shell. Low heat lets them slowly crisp up without burning or getting mushy until they fall onto the plate,
instantly breaking into pieces.
Makes proper crispy fan.
For seasoning, use mincemeat and ginger, scallion for flavor,
white sugar and soy sauce for color. Finally, when the meat's texture forms thin candy strands, I've completed this dish. Dark and glossy, stays firm for days, layered crosswise like a tower. Cold, crispy fan. Just one muffled crack. The fan explodes between my teeth. Crispy bits keep grinding. Red cotton fields lightly sprouting. That light layer of oil melts instantly. Subtle saltiness creeps up. Now I finally get what explosively crispy means. A century ago, a boatman's chance trying hot oil created a legendary dish centuries later. Perhaps elegance comes from ordinary home's simple aromas. Perhaps mastery belongs to focused eyes tending the flame. If it's your first time in Wuxi, I'm sure you're like me. You'll wander through Huishan ancient town. You'll explore between the dock walls. You'll stroll through the airport gardens. You'll take boats along the Grand Canal, quietly enjoying this picture, perfect Jiangnan water town. Though thousand-year boat shadows have faded, the canal still flows with crowds like waves. So the tender meat, with perfect sweet, salty taste and long-lasting Wuxi braised pork ribs, became the most popular souvenir from the Western city back then. Choose local pork ribs with fat and lean parts.
2 ribs stuck together count as one piece.
Traditional method stews pork belly and pig ears together. The pork belly fat creates that rich oily texture. The pig ear gelatin makes a thick, concentrated sauce. Finish in the pot. First blend the soy sauce for that salty, savory base. Then sprinkle white sugar, building sweet layers. After adding sugar, let it sit quietly. Let the sugar and spices blend deeply in the iron pot. When the wood burns, it releases aromatic compounds. Then you can take out the sticky dough, shield tied around the pot's edge, not just mimicking pressure cooker conditions, but also making crispy bread crust.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Sure, modern electric stoves can copy wood fire temperature curves, but they can replicate that unique smoky wood aroma. The moment you lift the lid, you feel local sweet, savory flavor heritage, and make do with what you have. Wisdom. 1 gentle tear meat falls off bone. 1 gentle rub, sweet richness flows. Mixed aromas swirl like silky snow, golden tender like amber honey. Sweetness with each sugar crystal. Fresh and clean base. Saltiness seeps in drop by drop.
With the sauce into the skin. Never thought
a guy who loves spicy food would be totally conquered
by this rich sweetness.
Many say Wuxi cuisine's base is sweet, but I think Wuxi's sweetness comes from water. Taihu Plains, dense waterways.
Thousands of boats daily prosperous since ancient times.
So much that sugar, this symbol of old wealth, entered common households early. This sweetness carries more than taste memory. It's flowing Jiangnan history. The canal's waters swept away the palace rats,
but can't wash out the century-old sweet scent of braised ribs. The ancient town's rain smoothed the stone path's edges,
but can't pick up Dafu's sweet dimples.
The lake's ripples drift into spring and autumn's grudges,
but can't heal the silk like lustrous glow.
Tai Lake's waves drown the ancient battlefield's weapons, but can't break the beginning lock.
Silk like soft strength.
Now the airport garden's begonias invade the 8-tone sword's melody.
Plum garden's golden tulips paint the scenery's colors.
Liwen's peaches brew spring water's sweetness.
Garden master's cherry with jade pins like lake light. Hope your spring will be like endless theater,
fragrant and scattered,
blooming everywhere.